more bad news coming out for Disney. As you guys know, the investor call was yesterday. They did the board vote, and of course, Bob Iger has kept control of the company. Nelson Peltz and Jay Rasulo did not get seats on the board. But what's funny is they waited till after the board voted to announce the gender-swapped Silver Surfer, but also there's this news that came out earlier in the week, which shows that Indiana Jones and the Marvels combined for nearly $400 million in losses for Disney this year. So, if you're on an investor call and you're talking about how are you going to turn things around for the company, why shouldn't we vote for some activists to join this board? How do you talk down losing $400 million?
Oh, like it's the way we justify doing videos, right? Yeah. Like you don't make your money back on videos usually. Like you don't get enough views to where you're going to go ahead and cover the cost of actually producing it and stuff. So it's the same kind of justification. It's just an expensive promotion for the parks and
okay.
Stuff.
So it was what it was is there was a really funny article from Forbes where they themselves finally realized that Indiana Jones 5 lost a whole crap ton of money, and it's just like everybody else has known this for like a year, and they're like, oh, this is unbelievably shocking. I can't believe it lost that much money. It says add another $130 million to that $224 million already lost by the Marvels and Wish, and with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Disney has lost nearly $400 million on projects in 2023 alone. The news about Indiana Jones 5 coming out ahead of tomorrow's big meeting, which, of course, as we know, Disney managed to sidestep those votes. I do recommend watching videos on this. Valiant Renegade did a whole live stream about it, got tons of views, but both Neon and Geeky from Clownfish TV did an extensive 40-minute video breaking down the investor call, everything from what's going on with the parks to what's going on with entertainment. They're announcing that they're basically they showed a picture of Moana 2, and it's just a picture of Moana, and that's your big that's the big news that they had to offer, which nobody cares about. So go ahead and look at that, because Disney is not doing well right now, because on top of this, they have all these questions to ask because they're merging with Hulu, and now they're cracking down on passwords.
Yeah,
passwords.
You can't share passwords
no more.
in this economy.
In this, seriously. It says Disney to crack down on password sharing after CEO Bob Iger wins board fight. Walt Disney's streaming service will be cracking down on password sharing from June, says Chief Executive Bob Iger on Thursday, as the entertainment conglomerate looks to boost subscriber growth and profitability at the business. Well, that's a misnomer, because there is no profitability in their streaming market. Hulu is profitable, but they had to buy Hulu. They didn't own Hulu outright. They had to buy it.
How is Hulu profitable?
Because it's all licensed stuff, and they have lots of subscribers.
Yeah.
It says Iger also said that they need for some consolidation in the streaming industry, and Disney was eventually looking at double-digit margins in streaming in a wide-ranging interview with CNBC. The other thing that people were complaining about with the investor call is it was all pre-planned questions. They didn't allow for off-the-cuff questions from voters, which means that they were basically sidestepping everything so they could make it seem better than it was. But the problem with streaming is that they've capped. Most of these services have capped now. Whoever's going to have it has it, and they're not going to add a whole ton of more subscribers. And then your subscriber growth just plateaus, and then you've found your market share. And it's very, very difficult to justify continuing to invest hundreds of millions of dollars in these projects like Secret Wars, which cost $200 million, when you're not adding subscribers, because where does the money go? Mm-hmm. Right? There's no money coming in from these projects. You're just putting out.
Are the parks profitable?
Yes.
Yeah.
The parks make them good money. But even that, they're losing ground to Universal, which has a whole bunch of new stuff in the works that they were getting asked about at Epic Universe is coming. And they're like, what are you doing to beat out Epic Universe? They're like, yeah, we did that by knowing about it 10 years ago and listed stuff that already exists, which isn't new and doesn't actually help.
Bob Iger should be a politician. He's really good at bullshitting.
He wanted to be.
It's literally
that was literally his goal. He wanted to be president.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons he left the company, is because he fully intended to run for president. He would have been a fantastic
Is COVID
politician.
what made him decide not to?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It was never going to happen.
But no, that was never going to happen. But it's literally the meme of the dog in the burning house, and he's like, this is fine.
This is fine. Well, the other thing, their stock price, as soon as it came out that the board seats didn't change hands, tanked. Went down tons of points. So people are this is not financial advice, but people can buy up Disney stock now for cheaper than it was before.
So are you planning on doing that?
No, I'm not. I'm not buying Disney stock.
Okay.
We got a $20 one here from Rico Cantrell. You got that there?
Oh, I think we missed one from Pop Culture Junkie earlier.
Yes, go for it. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. He said, Phil, you are so right. I have 3 freelance clients, and I give the one who has me on retainer a break on my rate, a win-win.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then this one from Rico Cantrell, he said, 5 for 5, gimme all the meats, and that 3 pepper sauce is the bomb.
See, there's at least a couple of people here who like Arby's.
Yeah.
And they're wrong for that.
No.
And there's one more here from Pat the Plumber.
Oh, I don't have that.
It says, hello, gang. Phil, how do you feel about Clutch, and why is Space Grass the absolute ish? Also, you guys should try to book Melanie Mack.
I love Clutch. I love that record, the self-titled Clutch record, and Space Grass is a phenomenal song. There was 0 problems with that super chat. Thank you very much.
Also, I'm almost certain we have reached out to Melanie Mack before, but if you want her on the show, you should go to her socials and tell her about it.
Let her know.
Yes.
But it's not just this stuff, Mary. There's also the Star Wars stuff.
On to another franchise that Disney
is ruining.
Ruined. It's already over. They already ruined it.
Phil loves Disney Star Wars. That's what he told me. Off air, Phil's like, I love Disney Star Wars.
It's a secret, though. So you're supposed to know. But this guy who goes by Ben Hart, the Star Wars guy, he seems to be a total Disney Star Wars shill. He wrote an entire thread about all of the hate that Acolyte has been getting. It's like this newest show in the Disney Star Wars universe. He said, trigger warning, language, violence, and general awfulness from the worst of humanity. As a social media manager, these past couple of weeks have been some of the most emotionally taxing of my entire career. I knew the Acolyte reactions were going to be toxic, but I truly wasn't prepared for this. This is from one page, all from posts referencing Leslie Headland, and this is just the leftovers. I banned and deleted hundreds more that were arguably so much worse. So one of them just says, I'm getting tired of women. Another one said, they destroy what men build. They're talking about Leslie Headland, by the way.
It just says whammon.
Leslie Headland was the personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein.
Yes, she was.
By the way. So this is why they're mentioning Weinstein. Such a punchable face from a Weinstein apprentice that set up tons of women for sexual harassment. So brave and strong.
It's shit, a lesbian galactic shit fest. That's what you get when you let women lose.
They're brainwashed into hating white men, but love to appropriate everything we create.
Whammon.
The feminist bitter face lets you know that TV show is really gonna suck.
I do like
Another
the one.
shit
I do like the
show
one
from
that
the
shows Scarlet Witch and Black Widow and says women written by men, and then it shows twerking She-Hulk. It says women written by women.
I love this one. Another shit show from the empty head of the queen bimbo, Kathleen Kennedy. Put a chick in it, make her homosexual, and make it effing lame.
Dude, the Cartman line is gonna be, it's forever gonna be in like associated with
Oh
with
no,
the Star
my
Wars.
stock.
We'll live on.
I think I'll pass on the Acolyte. Ugly chicks make bad movies. It's just a great assortment of takes that I agree with.
It is really funny that they waited until like after the shareholder meeting to announce that they weren't going to use Norrin Rad as Silver Surfer.
He said, please tell me again that the Star Wars fandom doesn't have a massive racism, sexism, homophobia, and bigotry problem. Tell me how the word woke has totally not been co-opted and turned into a dog whistle for bigots.
Is at what point are people going to start realizing that like people, when given the internet and the anonymity of the internet, there are a certain amount of people that are just going to act like that. It doesn't matter if it's on the right or on the left or whatever. There are people that are going to behave badly and say offensive things like that in every single fandom, every single, like all of it. Is
it offensive or is it just true?
Well, I mean,
are you offended for the reason that it's offensive, or are you offended because you're looking at someone's true take?
The only thing I'm actually referencing is the way that they're articulating their problems. The objections are all completely legitimate, but there are always going to be people that are going to verbalize and articulate the things that they have in a way that's an attack and that is personal and stuff like that. So it's not right, it's not left, it's not Star Wars fandom, it's not Harry Potter fandom. It's just the way that it's people, because it's people on the internet. So
you gotta love
people.
like when they say the actual Star Wars fans have went to the dark side.
Yeah,
these are demented, cruel, hate-filled people who have quite literally fallen to the dark side in the most real and genuinely terrifying sense.
I hate Rian Johnson for what he did with Star Wars. Like that's kind of accurate.
I mean, the woke people are the ones who have had the culture war poison their brains.
Yes.
The thing
more
is,
so.
I think the sad thing is, I don't think that these people that he's specifically referencing, I don't think that that's Star Wars' problem. I think their problem is apathy. Look, everybody I know that watched Andor loved Andor, but just not a lot of people watched it.
I have no desire to watch anything I didn't even watch the second season of the
Mandalorian.
Yeah, the Mandalorian. I liked the first one. But it was like it wasn't enough to come back.
This isn't their problem. Their problem is that people just are apathetic about the brand now.
Yeah,
that's more of an issue to me. Also, since they mentioned before we get to those 20s, there was Bob Iger addressed the term woke, which really like the idea of like old decrepit Bob Iger says when asked about Disney content being woke, he says the term woke is thrown around rather liberally. No pun intended in that regard. I think a lot of people don't even understand really what it means.
Does he understand what it means?
Again, you could ask 10,000 people their definition of that word, and you'll get 10,000 different answers every single time.
Okay, $20 from That Stanzatastic. He said, Ewok is an anagram of woke. Also, we talk about how we were all divided, but just look at all those people getting together to shit on something together. Hashtag white pill.
There you go.
See, it's really uniting people to hate the same thing at the same time.
Well, I mean, there are things that do that. The American Society of Magical, that united people. Nobody liked that movie.
Nobody liked that one.
Do you want to read this one from Cody Boudreaux?
Corey Anderson. Mary doesn't want to.
Cody Boudreaux.
What is it? Cody Boudreaux says, my sister and I don't believe in any discrimination. I mean, we embrace interfamily love. Our children enjoyed Disney World in January, but we don't support their wokeness. My hope is that is fanfic of some sort.
We love family values.
We do here
on PCC.
All right. Just when it comes to Disney, it's an absolute shitstorm right now, and the investor call and the vote yesterday proved that. Again, I would go check out, if you're looking for more in-depth analysis of just how bad it is, I would go and check out some of those videos from a lot of those creators. It's really, really good. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.